Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to reflect. Life is too short, and your energy is too valuable to waste on people who don't appreciate, value, or care for you. Today, I want to help you identify the signs, because sometimes it's not what they say, but what they do or don't do that speaks the loudest. Let's walk through 8 signs that they just don't care. 1. If someone always has an excuse, too busy, too tired, or too preoccupied, don't overlook that. People make time for what they value. If you're constantly chasing them, you need to ask yourself why you're running after someone who's sitting still. 2. When you express yourself, your joys, your pain, or your struggles, and they brush it off, that's not just indifference, it's a dismissal of your worth. You deserve to be heard, seen, and valued for who you are. If they can't hold space for your heart, why should you hold on to them? 3. They never initiate contact. If the only time they reach out is when you've made the first move, you need to recognize what's happening. Relationships require mutual effort, whether it's a friendship, partnership, or family connection. If it feels one-sided, it probably is. 4. They're only around when they need something. When their presence is dictated by their convenience or what they can gain, that's not love, loyalty, or care, it's self-interest. True care doesn't come with strings attached or a transactional mindset. 5. They don't support your growth. Real relationships, healthy, meaningful ones, are built on mutual support. If they feel threatened by your success, uninterested in your goals, or silent when you shine, they're showing you that your growth doesn't matter to them. 6. They avoid difficult conversations. Care isn't just about sharing the good times, it's about showing up during the hard times. If they run when things get tough, refuse to communicate, or leave you to navigate challenges alone, they've already checked out emotionally. 7. They disrespect your boundaries. If you've set boundaries, clear, reasonable ones, and they consistently push, ignore, or undermine them, that's a lack of care for your needs and your peace. Remember, respect and care go hand in hand. 8. They make you feel like you're too much. Hear me when I say this. You are not too much. If someone makes you feel like your love, your energy, your presence is a burden, it's not because you're too much. It's because they're unwilling or incapable of meeting you where you are. Don't shrink yourself to fit into spaces where you were never meant to belong. Seats speak louder than words, a phrase that encapsulates a profound truth about human relationships and interactions. It suggests that the way people behave, what they choose to do, and how they prioritize their time and energy reveal more about their intentions and feelings than any verbal expression ever could. Words, while powerful and capable of conveying intent, can be misleading, hollow, or even manipulative when not backed by consistent action. This principle holds true across personal, professional, and societal contexts, illustrating the importance of looking beyond what is said to understand the authenticity and depth of what is felt or meant. When someone truly cares, their actions will align with their words. They will show up when it matters most, not just in moments of convenience, but in times of challenge and need. They will prioritize the people and commitments they value, demonstrating care through consistent and intentional behaviors. It's easy to say, "I'll be there for you," but the real question lies in whether someone shows up when you're vulnerable, when you're struggling, or when they stand to gain nothing in return. Words may carry promises, but actions solidify them into reality, bridging the gap between intention and impact. Consider the dynamics of trust in relationships. Trust isn't built on grand declarations or eloquent speeches. It's built on the reliability of small, everyday actions. When someone promises to be dependable but repeatedly fails to follow through, their words lose credibility. Conversely, when someone quietly fulfills their commitments without fanfare, they build a foundation of trust that speaks volumes. Actions provide a tangible demonstration of character, revealing the truth about someone's values, priorities, and integrity in ways that words alone cannot. And so, in the realm of love and care, actions become even more significant. Love isn't merely professed. It's demonstrated through sacrifice, attentiveness, and consistency. A person who truly loves and cares will take the time to listen, to understand, and to respond to the needs of their loved ones. They won't just say, "I love you," but will show it by making time, offering support, and standing by you through the ups and downs of life. This principle applies not only to romantic relationships, but also to friendships, familial bonds, and professional connections. Genuine care transcends the superficiality of words, rooting itself in the depth and authenticity of action. In the workplace, the principle of action speaking louder than words is equally critical. Leaders who inspire trust and loyalty among their teams don't merely articulate visions or set goals. They lead by example. They model the behavior they expect from others, demonstrating commitment, hard work, and integrity. So the idea of being the best does not mean you settle for less than much. It does not mean you usually do less. A leader who promises transparency but conceals critical information erodes trust, while one who follows through on commitments, even in challenging situations, builds a culture of respect and accountability. Actions set the tone for workplace culture, defining whether it's built on trust, respect, and collaboration, or on empty rhetoric and unfulfilled promises. Right now, it may be the case that the impact of actions over words also extends to social and societal contexts. In a world where public figures, organizations, and governments frequently make promises and declarations, it's the follow-through that determines credibility. Statements of commitment to change, progress, or justice mean little without tangible steps toward those goals. Advocacy for social causes, pledges for environmental responsibility, and declarations of inclusivity carry weight only when backed by measurable actions that reflect those ideals. People and institutions who align their actions with their stated values earn trust and respect, while those who fail to do so risk alienation and skepticism. This principle also challenges individuals to reflect on their own lives. It's one thing to declare personal goals or aspirations, but another to take the steps necessary to achieve them. Procrastination, fear, or inconsistency can render even the most heartfelt intentions meaningless. On the other hand, deliberate, consistent effort transforms aspirations into achievements. Whether it's pursuing a career goal, fostering healthier relationships, or committing to self-improvement, the actions taken speak volumes about one's determination and sincerity. The journey to personal growth is paved with steps, not words, and each step forward is a testament to the power of action. How can we truly serve as a better version of ourselves? How can we truly serve as a better version of ourselves? How can we truly serve as a better version of ourselves? The distinction between words and actions becomes particularly evident in moments of conflict or adversity. In challenging times, Words may provide comfort, but actions provide solutions. A promise to stand by someone means little if, in their time of need, you're nowhere to be found. Similarly, an apology holds little weight if it's not accompanied by efforts to change the behavior that caused harm. Actions not only convey sincerity but also demonstrate accountability and a willingness to take responsibility. They bridge the gap between intention and impact, turning sentiment into substance. Children too learn from what they observe rather than what they are told. Parents, educators, and role models who emphasize the importance of honesty, kindness, and perseverance must embody those values themselves. When actions align with the values being taught, they reinforce the message and instill lasting lessons. Conversely, when there's a disconnect between what is said and what is done, it creates confusion and undermines credibility. Children are keen observers, and they internalize the behaviors they see, making the alignment between words and actions a cornerstone of effective teaching and mentorship. In relationships, the mismatch between words and actions often leads to disillusionment and mistrust. A partner who frequently says, "I'll change," but continues the same harmful behaviors is unlikely to foster a healthy, sustainable connection. Similarly, friends who promise to be there but are consistently absent when it matters most reveal their priorities through their actions. Be prone to promise the words, but consistently actions reveal their actions. This inconsistency highlights the necessity of holding people accountable for what they do rather than what they say. Genuine care, loyalty, and love are proven not through declarations, but through the quiet, consistent acts that build a foundation of trust and security. The power of actions extends beyond the immediate and personal to influence broader perceptions and legacies. Historical figures who are remembered and revered often embody this principle. Their words inspired, but it was their actions that transformed societies, challenged injustices, and left a lasting impact. Words alone can inspire hope, but it's the actions taken to realize that hope that lead to meaningful change. Instead, the further the pieces fall into place, the deeper there needs to be recruited. Whether it's in activism, innovation, or leadership, the legacy of impactful individuals is shaped by what they did to turn their vision into reality. In personal and professional growth, the principle of actions over words reminds us of the importance of consistency and follow-through. Declaring intentions or making promises without acting on them erodes self-trust and credibility with others. Conversely, taking even small, incremental steps toward a goal builds momentum and demonstrates commitment. The discipline of aligning actions with intentions fosters resilience and self-confidence, reinforcing the belief that change and progress are possible. This alignment not only helps achieve goals, but also strengthens character and builds a reputation for reliability and integrity. In conclusion, actions are the currency of trust, care, and authenticity. They transcend the superficiality of words, revealing the depth of character, the sincerity of intentions, and the priorities that guide a person's life. By focusing on what people do rather than what they say, we gain a clearer understanding of their values and commitments. At the same time, this principle challenges each of us to align our actions with our values, ensuring that what we do reflects who we truly are. Mutual effort and respect are foundational to any meaningful relationship, whether personal or professional, and they form the bedrock on which trust, understanding, and growth are built. In every connection, there must be a balance of give and take, where both parties contribute equally to the dynamic. When mutual effort and respect are present, relationships can thrive, providing the space for both individuals to feel valued, supported, and understood. Without them, relationships become one-sided, and the essential elements of love, trust, and commitment begin to erode. It is crucial to recognize that relationships are not static, but are living, evolving entities that require continuous care, attention, and reciprocity to flourish. The concept of mutual effort in relationships involves both parties actively engaging and investing in each other. This is not a one-time action, but a continuous process that requires time, energy, and intentionality. When two people commit to a relationship, they are essentially agreeing to contribute to the emotional, physical, and psychological well-being of each other. This could manifest in a variety of ways, such as spending time together, offering support during difficult moments, sharing responsibilities, or simply showing up for each other. Effort in a relationship isn't just about grand gestures, but also about the small, everyday acts that show care, appreciation, and consideration. It could be as simple as checking in on someone after a long day or offering a word of encouragement when they are struggling. When mutual effort is present, there is a sense of shared responsibility. Both individuals understand that their actions and contributions matter, and they take ownership of the relationship's success. One person doesn't carry the entire weight while the other merely receives. Both are invested in nurturing the connection. This shared responsibility creates a sense of equity and fairness, which in turn fosters a deeper bond. The absence of mutual effort can lead to resentment, frustration, and a sense of imbalance. When one person continually gives while the other takes, it creates a power imbalance that undermines the relationship's foundation. Respect is equally critical in any relationship. Respect is not simply a matter of politeness or courtesy. It is a deep recognition of the inherent dignity and value of another person. It means honoring their feelings, acknowledging their boundaries, and treating them with kindness and fairness. Respect is the lens through which we see each other, understanding that our differences, whether in personality, opinions, or backgrounds, are to be celebrated rather than judged. Even more so, it is through respect that we give others the freedom to be themselves, without fear of criticism, belittlement, or manipulation. Without respect, no amount of effort can sustain a relationship. Respect is the fuel that keeps the engine running, enabling two people to navigate differences, face challenges, and grow together. When there is a lack of respect, even the most well-intentioned efforts can fall short. Without respect, communication becomes strained, misunderstandings increase, and emotional distance begins to grow. Mutual respect allows both individuals to feel safe, secure, and valued within the relationship. It provides the emotional foundation necessary for trust to thrive. Mutual effort and respect are not just about what is done for the other person. They also involve an understanding of what one expects in return. In a balanced relationship, there is an unspoken agreement that both individuals will contribute to the well-being of the other, with the understanding that both parties deserve to be treated with the same level of care and consideration. This means listening actively, offering help when needed, and recognizing the importance of the other person's needs and desires. Respecting someone's needs is as important as meeting them. And mutual effort requires the willingness to step outside one's own preferences and be attuned to the needs of the other person. In relationships where mutual effort and respect are present, there is a natural flow of reciprocity. One person may give in one area and the other person may give in another. Both are willing to adapt, make sacrifices, and offer support in ways that benefit the relationship as a whole. It's not about keeping score or measuring who is doing more. Rather, it's about understanding that both individuals play a vital role in maintaining the connection. This sense of reciprocity ensures that neither person feels taken for granted and both individuals can experience the joy and fulfillment of mutual contribution. The absence of mutual effort and respect can manifest in many ways. In romantic relationships, one person may find themselves constantly chasing after the other, seeking attention, affection, or validation that the other person is not willing to offer. In friendships, one individual may always be the one to initiate contact, make plans, or offer help, while the other remains passive or indifferent. In the workplace, mutual effort and respect are necessary for collaboration and teamwork. Without these elements, the environment can become toxic, with some individuals feeling overlooked, undervalued, or overburdened. The lack of mutual effort and respect often leads to feelings of dissatisfaction, frustration, and even anger. When one person feels as though they are giving more than they are receiving, it can lead to a sense of emotional depletion. The relationship can start to feel like a drain rather than a source of joy and support. In such cases, it's important to communicate openly and honestly about the feelings of imbalance. Sometimes, the other person may not even be aware of the strain they are causing, and a simple conversation can bring the issue to light. However, it's essential that both individuals are willing to listen, acknowledge the concerns, and make adjustments to restore balance. Mutual respect also extends to recognizing and valuing each other's individuality. In any relationship, it's vital to understand that each person brings unique qualities, experiences, and perspectives. These differences should be celebrated rather than criticized. Respecting someone's individuality means recognizing that they have their own thoughts, feelings, and desires, and it's important to honor and appreciate those differences. In healthy relationships, both individuals are encouraged to pursue their own passions, goals, and interests while supporting each other's personal growth. The idea is not to merge into one entity, but to stand as individuals who complement each other, offering mutual encouragement and respect for each other's journey. In the workplace, mutual effort and respect are equally important. Employees thrive in environments where their contributions are valued and where they are treated with fairness and dignity. When mutual effort and respect are lacking, it can lead to disengagement, low morale, and high turnover. In teams, the lack of respect for one another's ideas, time, and abilities can result in poor collaboration and a lack of productivity. A leader who fosters mutual respect and effort creates an environment where individuals feel empowered to contribute their best, share their ideas freely, and work together toward common goals. Mutual effort and respect are the glue that holds relationships together, and they are often what differentiates strong, lasting bonds from superficial or fleeting connections. When both parties are invested in maintaining the relationship, there is an inherent sense of trust, loyalty, and understanding that builds over time. These qualities form the foundation for healthy relationships, where both individuals feel valued, heard, and supported. Without mutual effort and respect, relationships become transactional, superficial, and ultimately unsustainable. In conclusion, mutual effort and respect are essential to the health and longevity of any relationship. They create a dynamic of fairness, balance, and understanding, ensuring that both individuals feel valued and supported. When these elements are present, relationships can flourish, offering a source of joy, fulfillment, and personal growth. Without them, relationships risk becoming imbalanced, strained, and ultimately unsatisfying. It is through mutual effort and respect that we build the trust and connection that sustain us through life's challenges, making them not only necessary, but invaluable. As church leaders, we also need to make sure we're always on the same page with our people. Value yourself enough to let go. a sentiment that speaks to the profound importance of self-worth and the courage to release what no longer serves you. In life, people often find themselves holding on to situations, relationships, or patterns that cause pain, confusion, or stagnation. Letting go is not an act of weakness, but a powerful declaration of self-respect. It is an acknowledgement that you deserve peace, fulfillment, and the freedom to grow. Valuing yourself enough to let go requires a deep understanding of your worth, an unshakable belief that you are deserving of better, and the strength to step away from what hinders your progress. Holding on to things that no longer serve you often stems from fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of being alone, fear of change, or even fear of regret can tether people to circumstances that no longer align with who they are or where they want to go. These fears create a sense of false security, convincing you that staying where you are, even if it's uncomfortable or unfulfilling, is safer than venturing into uncharted territory. However, this perceived safety comes at the cost of your happiness and well-being. It traps you in a cycle of complacency, where growth is stunted and possibilities are limited. To let go is to break free from these self-imposed constraints and choose a path that honors your worth and potential. Letting go begins with self-awareness, a willingness to confront the reality of your situation and recognize when something is no longer good for you. It requires you to listen to the whispers of your intuition, the inner voice that tells you when you've outgrown a relationship, a job, or a way of thinking. Ignoring these signals can lead to prolonged unhappiness as the dissonance between your inner truth and external circumstances grows. Valuing yourself enough to let go means trusting that voice and believing that your well-being matters more than clinging to something that drains you. It's important to acknowledge that letting go is not always easy. It can be one of the most challenging decisions you'll ever make because it often involves a sense of loss. You may grieve the dreams you had for a relationship, the comfort of a familiar routine, or the identity tied to a particular role or situation. This grief is a natural part of the process, and it's okay to feel it. However, it's crucial to remember that letting go is not about giving up. It's about moving forward. You see, it's about releasing what no longer aligns with your values, aspirations, and sense of self to make room for new opportunities and experiences that do. When you value yourself, you recognize that your time, energy, and emotions are precious resources. You become more discerning about where and how you invest them. If a situation or relationship consistently leaves you feeling depleted, undervalued, or unappreciated, it's a sign that it may be time to let go. This doesn't mean that every difficulty or challenge should result in walking away. Healthy relationships and worthwhile pursuits often require effort, patience, and perseverance. But there's a significant difference between putting in the work to nurture something meaningful and repeatedly sacrificing your peace and dignity for something that offers little in return. Letting go is also an act of faith. Faith in yourself and faith in the future. It's a belief that you are strong enough to navigate whatever comes next and that better things are waiting for you on the other side of the decision. It's about trusting that your worth is not tied to any single person, job, or circumstance, and that you have the resilience to rebuild, reinvent, and rediscover yourself. This faith is what empowers you to release what's holding you back and step into a new chapter with confidence and hope.